What's up, people? Welcome to the Friday bonus edition episode where we dive deeper in some of the stories of the week, but we also I give you a chance to connect with me, find out a little bit about me, because I try to make my morning content all unbiased so that you don't know who I am. So this is completely me being biased. If that's not something you're interested into, turn it off right now. Never get to know me, never know my name, never know what I'm about, and always wonder, who is this guy? Let's dive into some of the stories before we get into your questions that just happened. Ron Paul, 85 years old, gives a thumbs up from the hospital bed. He had a stroke while on a live stream. Dr. Ron Paul seems to be doing okay. And those who don't know, that's also Rand Paul's daddy. I love Ron Paul. I like his politics. I'm into it. I think when he was starting to get big, I didn't know at that age what a libertarian was. And the more I dive into what a libertarian is, the more I love it. And the more I just enjoy it. But then there's also the humanitarian side of me, the social conscious side of me that goes, well, we can't be completely libertarian because there are some people that we need to protect, and there's or else, the evils of man could just really take over. But also with the libertarian way of life, you kind of assume that people are just going to do good for all. And I really like Rand Paul. I think I didn't vote for him because I think I wasn't able to at the time because I was a little too young when he was first rolling out. But if he was to go again, I probably would. I really like him and his politics, especially when it comes to where our country is and an incredible amount of debt, and the way we spend money is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm going to feel the brunt of it, and also my kids and my grandkids are especially, and I just wonder how we're going to get out of that debt. Spending more is never the answer. It's like having a credit card, and you think, well, if we just keep spending, maybe they'll never call. There'll be a day of reckoning, and I don't know when it is. Make sure you're buying gold. Make sure you're diversifying in your portfolio. I'm pretty diversified. I'd probably say about 40%, and I don't have that big of, financial growth. My retirement and all that stuff isn't the most diversified thing ever, and it's not very large because I don't make a lot of money yet. But I think it's wise to start, even if it's $5 a day. You heard me, people. If you don't invest, you should learn to invest. Even if it's $5 a month, you can put away in an index fund ETF or, buy some stocks that you're interested into. It's just a good habit to learn and to be able to put aside for this and aside for that, aside for giving, no matter how much money you make, because all that money is a blessing. Donald Trump warns winner of the election won't be known. This whole thing about the Donald Trump not walking away at the end of the election if he is said the loser. Is it really Trump that's doing it? Because I remember like a few weeks ago, Hillary Clinton said, under no circumstance should Joe Biden concede. No circumstance, okay? That's my Hillary Clinton impression. It's terrible. And by the way, I'm drinking a 9-year aged bourbon. It's Friday, people. We're having a great time today. I think it goes on both sides. This whole voter... the UPS and mail-in ballots, let's stop pretending like it's going to be like this easy thing to count. These people that make it seem like it's like this safe, easy thing. Look at all these other people that do it. Do you not realize how big our country is? Let's look at the population right now. USA population right now is at 331 million people. Could you imagine? I mean, I realize that not every one of those people is over the age of 18, but a vast amount are. And that is a lot of ballots to count. So let's stop pretending like that's voting by mail is this easy thing compared to an electronic boop, boop, boop. Okay, you're submitted. This election is going to be interesting, and this election is going to be literally insane at times. And I think this whole idea of Donald Trump not walking away and Joe Biden not conceding is going on both sides, because they both know mail-in ballots is not the way to go, and it's horrendous. And yes, there are some states that are already doing it, but even then, there's already stories going out today about mail being found on the side of the road in Wisconsin, and also mail-in ballots being found in Pennsylvania in the dumpsters. This is a real thing, and it's a real threat. And I suggest, if you are healthy, like the CDC says, to go vote in person, like I'm going to do, because it's a patriotic act. It's enjoyable, and I mean, why not? Just go for it. Put a mask on if you're scared, and just go vote. It's not that big of a deal. You go to the grocery store, that's way worse. I'm sure they're going to be social distancing just fine. I like this story. The story coming out. Is America suffering from protest fatigue? Yeah. How could we not be? It's on all the time. It's over, the case of Breonna just got put out there, and we heard the facts, or what you might feel are not the facts, and let's stop pretending like this Breonna Taylor thing is easy. Like, she was like sleeping, and then the police were like, you know what, let's go get this girl. We're going to go kill her. And we don't care what it takes. She was sleeping at her house with her ex-boyfriend, who was a drug dealer, who the warrant was out for, and she was also helping him, supposedly helping him with his mail, and colluding a little bit. And then he shot at the cops first, and then once you have that go out, all hell broke loose, and she faced the brunt of it, and it's a terrible thing. But to pretend like it's like a racist act is absolutely ridiculous. And the jury decided she's not, the cops aren't guilty. So, and we don't know who was on the jury panel. It could have been all black people for all we know. So to say it's like a racist thing, this race baiting is exhausting. The protesting and riots, the people calling these protests when they're riots is exhausting. People just going out and blocking intersections, destroying businesses, and pretending like, the insurance companies will cover it. Like, my generation and their idea of how money is created, and they were just never taught what the value of a dollar is. It's exhausting to watch. And all these people who have never created anything, it's just like the same people who troll me all the time on the internet. They've never created anything, but they're okay destroying everything because they're all about taking down the system. And there's nothing you can do. That's why it doesn't even matter if Joe Biden's elected. They want to take down the system. So as long as you're part of the system, they're going to take it down. And that's the whole foundation of systematic racism, because it's a system. There's nothing you can do to argue against it. There's nothing you can do to change it besides destroy it. That's their idea. And these people that think that you can just say the right things, put your fist up, have the black box on your Instagram profile, they want to take out the system. And it's becoming more and more in front of your face. And more people are speaking up, like Shaq and Charles Barkley, and people are, how could you say that? And can we just say something? Can we just say this thing? Remember that time where, somebody told LeBron, I forget who said it, shut up and dribble? And I kind of understand the foundation of it is like, I look at sports as a way to escape from reality, to escape from the hardships of life and the exhaustion of life. And I look at, and to take away from politics, take away from like news, the terrible things that happen in the world. And it's my way of just enjoying a moment of watching incredible athletes who devote their life to being these physical specimens to, attack one another, to enjoy what they do. They get paid more than I'll ever make in my entire lifetime to do that job. And I look at it as a form of escape. And so this idea that now it's all about politics in sports is the reason ratings are dropping like crazy. And the reason I'm even exhausted. This year, I've been playing fantasy football since I was 13. So, oh my gosh, 22 years of fantasy football. I've been playing since we had to take newspapers and find out our scores. Okay? So, and I even thought, I don't even know if I want to play this year because I'm so tired of watching sports, because I'm just tired of politics. It's not that I don't agree with things or disagree with things. It's that I'm just tired. I need some escape from politics. And the fact that like Netflix is all about it, the fact that sports is all about it, the fact that news is all about it, the fact that everything just seems to be so politically driven at the moment, it's exhausting. And I feel like there's no relief. And I feel like people in America feel that way too. Do you feel that way? Because I do. There's nothing I can turn on the TV without being like something shoved down my throat. And comedy is getting worse. It's all about like laughs, not big belly laughs anymore, because it's all about social justice comedy. It's exhausting. I don't know. And I'm gonna do questions at the end, but my main thing today for the bonus episode was we need to figure out as a society and culture how to navigate our lives based on facts and emotion. We can't allow emotion to dictate not only how we feel, but what we do solely and base it only on emotion. Emotion is good. Emotion can be used for great things. It could help you to overcome incredible obstacles in your life, overcome difficulties in your life, overcome hardships. It could, when you're having a good laugh with friends, these are good emotions. When you see somebody who's hurting in pain and you have empathy towards them and sympathy, that you want to be there with them and you want to lay your life down for another, these are good emotions. When you look at the thing like the George Floyd thing and you saw that guy with his knee on the neck and you got angry, these are good emotions. But to look at a case or to look at one clip and think, oh, based on this narrative and my emotion, that's what that means. And this is the fact, because this is how I feel. Because how I feel is the truth. And it's my truth. And because it's my truth, you can't say anything about it. That is ridiculous. There is truth out there that even though it doesn't feel right or doesn't feel true, it's still true. And we're seeing that more and more where these, I'm all about the science. Unless it's science that goes against what you believe to be true based on your emotion and your political agenda. And it's just the irony of, and it's happening on both sides, whether, whatever it is. I mean, the party, gender, climate change, COVID-19, the flu, vaccines, whatever. We have these feelings and we allow our feelings to dictate the truth of what science is, as opposed to letting science, you being able to question and push scientific fact to see if it's true. Not based on your emotion, but based on the facts. And we're seeing that more in politics, where it's like, even if Trump does something really great for us as a society, or for black people, or for jobs, or for, world peace, these huge UAE deals and with Israel and everything, and then we're like, people are out there just like, I am so angry at him. He's the most racist, evilest president ever. What is he racist about? He said this one thing that I think is true, but was taken completely out of context by these two media sources, so therefore it has to be true. Can we get back to truth? Can we get back to balancing truth and emotion? Guys, don't let your emotion dictate what is true. Yes, it's okay to do sometimes, but also be okay with being checked on your truth, on what you believe to be true. Always be open to new ideas, and don't let your emotions dictate what is actually true out there. Whew. Are you like me? I just feel like I watch the news, I watch society, I watch little clips of the Emmys where I'm just like so cringe because I'm like, people are swallowing these lies like they're truth because they feel it to be true based on emotion. I'm getting my master's right now, and there's people on discussion boards that are saying things like that are absolutely not true on what's going on in culture and just a little humble brag in my master's, okay? But people are just saying these things that aren't true, but they feel like it's true, so therefore they feel like it is true. And why would you want to live like that? Why are some things okay to debate about, but not other things because it feels... Okay. Let's get into questions. I need a... let's get a drink, okay? Fantastic. Love that drink. I put one ice cube in. Don't judge me. It's Friday. I'm feeling great. Okay, bonus question. God, this freaking... Okay, this troll, you know who you are when I say this question. How old were you when you realized you were a racist? You are such a jerk. God. I'm not a racist. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not racist. And what's my name? Biscuit Kelly. If you guys know who that, you should troll him. Troll Biscuit Kelly. Okay, song of the day. Song of the day is, great question. I was just listening to this song. Dirty Water by the Sandals. Sandals? I've gotten into like old school grungy garage rock all of a sudden, and I love it. It's this new station, the station I found on Apple Music called Garage Rock. I love it. It just makes me feel like I'm back in high school again, listening to really crappy recorded music and feeling so grungy and just like, the world doesn't get me. The world doesn't understand me. And why did that girl break up with me? Even though she didn't break up with me, but here's a breakup song and I want to enjoy that moment. Okay. Wow. Yes, I grew up during the emo phase. Get off me. God. If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be? I mean, it has to be Jesus. I would love to have a conversation with him. I just don't, just to be in the same room, like the human, I would love that. I feel like that's an obvious answer. Are you looking for more historical? It's still Jesus, but let's see. What about president? I would like to be in the room with George Washington. I just feel like he's such a figure in my head that I don't know an incredible amount about, but I feel like being the first to do something, that has got to have some kind of weight that is unimaginable and would be just so interesting to talk to him of what he's thinking and feeling in those moments of being the first president. I know he didn't really want to be, but he took it on because he felt like it's a duty. And as opposed to in today's world, it's like all these people that want to be president, you know, they're just like, I want everyone to know who I am. And it's like a celebrity status, whereas back then it was like not. I don't know. I think it'd be so cool to hang out with George Washington. Who would you go to dinner with? Are you Christian? Because you better say Jesus. Or else. Do you think Hickenlooper or Gardner will win in Colorado? Great question. I don't know. All these people are talking about how if Gardner pushes for, and that was written by Dane. He wanted me to say his name. Dane, thank you. All these people are talking about how if Gardner, you know, pushes forth the Supreme Court seat, that he might lose. Like all these, is it all for politicians just about getting reelected? That's all they want. I hate that so much about politics. If I was in government and I was a Republican and I was in power and there was like a chance for me to put another conservative Supreme Court seat, I would do it even if it cost me my election, because I was all about my principles and ideas. And isn't that what that should be about? Is that why you get in office? I mean, that's the whole reason, like, one day I hope to maybe get into politics, because I would want to stand for principles, and probably that'd be the reason I don't get elected, because I don't want to be a liar, and I don't want to just say things so I get reelected. I hate that. I hate that about politics. Best nickname for Joe Biden. You know, there were some good ones, but I just keep going back to Sleepy Joe. There's something organic, something My Pillow guy, My Pillow guy, Giza. I love the Giza cotton, fantastic. Sleepy Joe goes, what's going on with Joe Biden? He's been out. He keeps doing this thing called lid where you can not allow questions to be asked of you, so you can just sit there and stay in your basement and not take questions, not be out in the press. And when he goes out in the press, he says really silly things every once in a while, and they know that, and that's why they're hiding him. They say he's prepping for the debate, but yeah, right, let's be real. He is hiding and not speaking because it's the right move to do. If you're a Democrat, shout out to my Democrat listeners or liberal listeners, you want your candidate to hide. Your platform is hoping Trump says something stupid and Joe Biden says nothing, and that is your platform because, and this goes right into it. Are you still convinced the debates won't happen? Yes. I'm holding this to the day it happens, and I've been saying this since March. The debates will not happen because they picked Joe Biden. If they were to pick somebody actually formidable to speak on stage with Donald Trump, like Pete Buttigieg or something like that, which they didn't because they're idiots. Why would you pick Joe Biden over somebody who can actually talk? Okay. I mean, I know he's been declining more than ever, but this debate is not happening. There is no way. And if it does happen, he is going to be in his basement with a teleprompter in front of his face. I guarantee it. There will be people speaking in his ears. I don't think this debate's happening. He's going to call some COVID thing or feel like Trump might say something, or he might bring up something Trump did and say, like, I can't even be on the stage with such a racist guy, and I just can't do it. And so I stand for principles, something Trump doesn't do. You know, what he said, what the lying story from the Atlantic has to be true, or I can't be on stage with another man who says these words. This debate's not happening. Do you think it's happening? Are you alone with me on that, or are you by my side on that? What? Are you alone with me on that? What? Okay. It's Friday. It's been a long week. What do you do to keep fit? Wow, thank you. I needed that question today. Look, I'll talk about that for a minute. There was a time in my life I was incredibly addicted to food. I ran to food for an emotional security. I ran to food for emotional help. I used it to celebrate. I used it when I was depressed. I looked to food to be the answer. And there's a lot of you out there who were like me, and you went from these things called diets, and you never came to grips with the fact that it's not a diet you need, it's you finally realizing you're addicted to food. And you use it as a crutch, and you use it as a way to survive and for freedom and happiness. And it took me finally realizing that for me to find freedom. I stopped dieting and started just eating real food, whole food, and forced myself to do it without, going on having a cheat day and all this BS that people that call it cheat days are the people that have, they're already fit. If you're overweight and you're trying to lose weight, don't have a cheat day. That's a lie. Just eat healthy every single day. That's the only way. And for a lot of us, we don't want to do that because we know we're addicted to food. And so it took me finally realizing that I was addicted to food, and at one time in my life, I was about 265 pounds. And I was incredibly overweight and embarrassed to who I was. And right now I'm down to 190, so that's a huge chunk of me is off. But I had to first come to grips with the fact that I was addicted and I needed to stop these stupid diets. And tomorrow I'm going to start my diet. I'm going to start eating good, and I'm going to work out 5 days a week, and I'll have my cheat meal on Friday. No. If you need help with that, if you need accountability buddy, somebody to talk to about your eating habits, feel free to DM me on any social media platform. I can help you through that or give you advice or encouragement, because I know it's hard to do that by yourself. And the way I work out, I'm certified in CrossFit, and I am ADHD, and it's my favorite way to work out. The gym I was a part of, the CrossFit gym I was a part of, went down because the guy that owned it wasn't a business owner. He just did it because he liked working out. So it went down. But it's the way I still continue to work out. I love, coming up with workouts where I have 5 rounds, and I'm doing pulling exercises like rows, bicep curls, pull downs, and then some kind of squat and a leg movement, and also running in between my sets. I like to keep my heart rate up, and I like to continue to move. If you are not working hard in the gym, you will never see results. These people that are incredibly overweight, and they take 5-minute rests in between sets, and they don't even break a sweat while they're working out ever, and you ask yourself, why am I not seeing any results? Because you're not working hard, and you've never known what working hard feels like. If you need help with that, I'd be happy to help you with that, because that also was a realization for me. I was dilly-dallying in the gym for so long, and it was until I realized you actually have to work hard in the gym to see results. You have to actually work. If you're not sweating, if you're not exhausted, if your muscles don't feel like they want to give up in between sets, you are not working. You are just enjoying your time. These people that go on the elliptical for 40 minutes and they don't even crank up the intensity, and they're like, man, am I still this way? Because you're not working. Might as well just go for a walk, because that's more strenuous. Okay, that's my bonus episode for this week. Guys, I want to do more stuff like this. I really do. I am so exhausted from my master's and working full time. It's just a lot on my plate right now. I plan on doing more. I thought about the other day buying a Trump mask and doing Trump reaction videos where I just watch myself and go, wow, how fantastic do I look today? I look absolutely fantastic. I want to do debate videos, reaction videos of certain stuff going on. I want to engage with you guys more. I want to grow my YouTube channel. Hopefully, pray one day I get monetized. That'd be fantastic. I would love for this to be a full-time gig. I would love to invest more time with you guys. Thank you guys for all that continue to my ride or die people. My ride or die people. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'm thankful for each one and every one of you, especially you. I appreciate you for listening to my garbage, listening to me rant, listening to me talk. Thank you for sending in questions. Thank you for sharing these videos, sharing my podcast. I know it's a weird time to do stuff like that, but I also hope that I cut through some of the crap out there, and that I provide you with truth. I provide you with thought-provoking truth, and that I'm not a waste of your time. My biggest goal for this podcast is I don't want to be a waste of time. I don't want to be just another number out there. I don't want to be another fringe guy out there. I don't want to just, I don't want you to listen to something and say, I already heard that this week, or I already heard that, or wow, he's just saying everything everyone else is saying. Don't want to be that. I want to be different, and I hope you guys enjoy my content because I enjoy creating, and I hope we continue this forever. Right now, I am in the negative every month by putting my podcast on something, so I hope one day to be in the positive. As far as money goes, because I'm putting more money, I'm just keep putting more money into this because I see a benefit not only for my kind of information being put out there, but also for my own emotional support. And I hope you guys continue to support me, and I love you guys. Have a fantastic day of the week, whatever it is. And enjoy your day and enjoy being you today. And remember what I said at the beginning, that Don't let your emotion dictate the facts of the world, but let it be a balance between the two. Don't let just facts dictate your emotion either, because sometimes facts can be very callous and will cause you not to have empathy and sympathy towards another. So learn to find a balance between the two. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day. I love you. I seriously love you. Okay, bye.